Hey everyone, it's Alexis, and as you guys know, I've solo owned and operated linear jewelry and crafts for the last 6 years. But here are a few mindsets that I think will help you grow your small business. So my first point is that true consistency means that you have quality over quantity. One thing about me, especially with social media, is that sometimes I think I have to post a whole bunch in order to have visibility. I've realized through all these trials over the years that quality means everything. So when you are constantly pushing out content, does not necessarily mean that you're drawing in people. Sometimes I've been able to look at my old content and I'm like, I can completely understand why maybe this is a good video, but people didn't necessarily want to stop and follow me. So I realized, what do people actually want to look at? What would I actually want to look at? And so quality does not necessarily mean high production or whatever case may be, but that something is better than nothing. But whatever you put out, make sure that is very intentional, make sure that is very meaningful. So if it's social media content, is this educational? Is this something that's like a helpful tip? Is this just like an actual behind the scenes of what you do for your business? Is this something that's actually worth watching and tuning into? Or is this just like a random video that I might like and just scroll past and never see again? Every time you make content, you look at it, definitely think, is this something that I would sit here and watch, or something that I would care to watch again? That's what you have to think about. The other point of that is your actual product itself. Sometimes I sat here and I'm like, I have to make like 50 of these products, but then it's like, I really don't. So if you have a business, if you can only hand make like 25 products, 25 is still better than 0. If you keep trying to push back a deadline because you want to have like 100, you're going to get nowhere. So in life, you just have to realize something's better than nothing. But even if you only have like 5 products, even if you have like 10, make sure that those 5 or 10 are really good quality. And one thing that I'm kind of starting to realize as a rule of thumb is that if you have less products, or if it's social media, if you take like a little bit of a break, whatever you have, it needs to be of high quality. But if you're constantly reproducing stuff all the time, it's gonna take a toll on you. And not only that, but the lack of quality is gonna show as well. So even if you only post every 2 weeks, that's fine, but whatever you post, it better be a good video, because ain't nobody gonna wait no 2 weeks for some junk. Let's talk about it. Or like your products, if I'm waiting a month or I'm waiting 3 months, even if it's a very small drop, like it's only like 50 shirts, if you sell shirts, if it's only 50 shirts that you're dropping, it needs to be good quality shirts, not something that's like, oh, this is what the wait was for. Like, it needs to be fire. Like, it needs to indicate, this is what I took the extra time for. So again, being consistent is everything, but with your consistency, you need to have actual quality. You need to have actual substance to whatever you are doing, so that it'll make sense. Everything should be very intentional, or it should just be very realistic. And just regurgitating posts or whatever, it's not necessarily going to bring you anything besides more stress. So to actually practice consistency, whatever is working for you and your audience, keep doing it. Me, in terms of social media, I post a lot of studio vlogs. I like making them. I like editing them. I like putting them out there. You guys watch it. Let me continue to post studio vlogs. I may not post studio vlogs once a week, but when I do, try to be more consistent with it. Try to be more regular with it. Have a certain schedule. If I post them every Sunday, let me post them every Sunday. If I post every 2 weeks, let me post every 2 weeks. If I post it once a month, let me post it once a month. But whatever I post, make sure that it's meaningful. If I only drop products every 3 months, that's fine. But whatever I drop, it needs to be very meaningful. If I drop once a month, it needs to be very meaningful, and I need to have at least a decent amount of products. Whatever I have, it needs to be high quality. So again, your consistency will show in your quality, not necessarily in your quantity or frequency. But whatever you put out there, make sure that it is reflective of the work and the love you have for your endeavor. The next one is that success unshared is failure. Now, this is something I actually heard Berlin say, and if y'all don't know who that is Berleezy, who is an internet personality, but he made a great point. If you are working, but no one sees it, the only person who knows about it is you. If I have a small business and I'm never on social media, I never talk about my business, it's not that people don't support me, but people don't know what I'm doing to support me. If people don't know what you have going on, what is there to support? Nothing, right? So if you are constantly showing up and showing out for what you have going on, people can support you. There's been times when I've been very MIA on social media, and I realized that it's not necessarily that people don't care, but people genuinely just didn't see that post. It's not that they saw it, scroll past it, whatever. It's like once I start to be pretty consistent, again, consistency is not every single day or every 2 days, whatever. Once I start being consistent and actually just saying, oh, this is what I did, even if it was like a little behind the scenes picture that I thought nobody really cared about, you can do a simple thing like post it to your story, actually make an actual post, make an actual video, and people will see it. They probably won't see it that first post. You might not see anything that second post. You might not see anything that third post. But by the time you get to that fourth post, you're going to see a dramatic increase in your views, in your website visits, even people commenting to you, responding to you, talking with you in your direct messages. You will see a big difference. But as soon as you stop showing up and showing out, your audience will also go back home. If a performer doesn't come to their concert, there's no concert to attend. There's no support to give. But if you're a performer, you have to get on that stage. You may not get on that stage every month, but if you're only there every year, show up and show out, right? So that was kind of bad. That's a funny analogy, but my point is that if we don't know what you have going on, we do not care. And it's not because we don't care about you, but because there is nothing to care about. Always keep that in mind. If you want people to support you, you have to give them something to support. If people don't know you like to read, why would they get you a book? If people don't know you like art, why would they support your art? They don't even know you do art. If people don't know you sell jewelry, why would they buy your jewelry? They don't even know you sell it. You got to put it out there. You can even do those little things by word of mouth. You can tell someone, hey, I sell jewelry, and you don't have to be arrogant with it. And this is something I'm still definitely learning, but you can literally just put yourself out there and say, hey, I sell X, Y, and Z. This is something I do, something I love, blah, blah, blah. If you like support, I have Instagram, I have TikTok, I have blah, blah, I have YouTube, and then I have very affordable products. If you love it, if you know someone who loves it, like, I would definitely love your support. Like, keep it short and simple, but like, let people know. It's just that simple. And this kind of leads me to my next point. Never fear asking for help. If you have something going on, trust me, it's okay to say, hey, I would love your support with my business. And support can come from so many different angles. People don't necessarily have to buy everything you sell. People don't necessarily have to, always post every single thing you do. But I think someone who is there for you, it can even be just uplifting you, letting you know, hey girl, I see what you got going on, blah, blah, blah. You can be that person for people. And if you are doing your part and you're doing a good job, you're being a good person, you're being a good business owner, I think you'll naturally see that people flock to you that have that same mentality. So definitely always put that level of support out there. But also, if you desire that support, you have to be someone who is worthy of that support as well. The other part of that is that if you need help actually running your business, it's okay to ask your parents or your siblings or your friends, but just whoever you allow in, make sure that you actually trust them. If you have someone who is potentially abusive or does not treat you right, obviously don't ask them. But if you need help packaging an order, even if it's only like 5 orders, that's okay. Don't fear judgment because you are doing something, and something is more notable than nothing. People who try, even if their social support is smaller, even if their community is a little bit smaller, the people who truly do care for you, who do love you, they will flock to you with love. And however that may present, they may give you that positive comment on your social media post, or they may text you privately, I see what you're doing a great job. They may sit here and help you package 5 orders. They may sit here and uplift you in every single way possible. They'll remind you that you're doing good and that they see you. And people who truly support you, they will help you in all matters, but you have to be open to that. Another point is that your motivation should be strongest during your lowest moments. When you are having those days where like you don't get any orders, or just a low amount of orders, or you just generally don't feel like this is going anywhere, maybe I should stop, maybe I should just focus on a more traditional route, a 9 to 5, you have to realize that there will always be a storm before you get to the rainbow. Things always look very bleak before you get to that destination. And if you allow those bad days to determine your point, you'll just wind up in failure. People who are successful, they never gave up. People who are not successful, they let it go. And granted, I do think sometimes life can show you that things aren't working, but I think the difference between that versus being in a position where you can keep going, but the only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is the amount of effort that you put in. So definitely definitely use those times where you feel like crap or where things aren't working out, and realize that your future self, when you are hitting that goal in terms of how much you sell or the community that you want to build, whenever you get to that point, whatever success looks like for you, you will look back on these times and greatly remember how you felt and realize that through those tough moments, that was your hunger, right? You don't really have a desire to eat until you're hungry. And when you feel low, you are hungry, you're starving. And when you're starving, let that be your motivation to nourish yourself, if that makes sense. So when you are going through those bad moments, that's not a sign to starve to death. That's a sign to get up, feed yourself, be full, and never let yourself starve again. Another point is that you are your business. People are supporting you. So when I say that, you're not your business in the sense of like, yes, you're a real person, you have feelings, you have emotions, like you're not some robot that's just like the head of a brand. What I'm saying is that when people support your business, they don't care about the products you sell, they don't care about the services you give, they care about you. There's been times when I've seen people sell stuff, it's like, it's very, I'm not gonna say generic, but it's like a lot of people sell scrunchies, a lot of people sell jewelry, a lot of people sell shirts, a lot of people have services doing hair or doing, I don't know, clinical services. But what makes a person choose you is who you are. Why would I go and buy your scrunchies as opposed to this person's scrunchies? Why would I buy shirts from this person as opposed to you? Why would I buy your jewelry as opposed to this other person? And one thing I've noticed about people is that people really don't care about the price. If somebody wants something and they want to support you, they will buy it. I've seen people turn down very cheap products because maybe that person wasn't good, and they'd rather buy the expensive thing or tip big for the person who treats them well, just because of that character difference. When you put yourself out there, people are looking at your story. There's been times when I've literally made a post on social media and it'll just be my product and it gets like an okay amount of likes, but when I put myself in it and people see me, the face of it, and maybe I share a personal testimony, those are the posts that get the most attention. People care about me. They want to see the person behind it. They want to know my highs, my lows. How did I get here? They want to know how I do what I do. And not say people don't care about my business, but what makes people stop and want to support you is you. So when it comes to your business, I mean, your values, that's what you stand for. The things you put out there, you have some type of connection to it, or at least you should. Right? So everything is essentially an expression of you and how you feel when you interact with people, especially if you go to like in-person events like markets. People are looking at you, they're supporting you, they want to be a team player for you. And when you have moments like that, you need to realize that people want to be your allies, right? So when I post LJC, people don't necessarily care that it's handmade jewelry and crafts. They care about, oh my gosh, Alexis started this when she was 17. She kept going. She never let fear hold her back. She never let doubt keep her from progressing. Now she's an adult. She's continuing her business and has grown so much. And this is what she's been able to achieve in these years. There's one small business I support. It's called XXL Scrunchy. And there's this young lady, and she started a business a few years ago, but she incorporated her family and some of her closest friends, and she started off in her little apartment, and then she moved into her parents' basement, and they were definitely supportive, and then she moved to her first warehouse and then her second. And when you look at that, what makes you want to buy her products? It's not because it looks nice. I mean, it does, but you support her because you support her family. You support this small business. You support the people behind it. And when you watch those small business vlogs, when you see the behind the scenes, it makes you realize how much work she puts into it, how much effort and how much love she puts into it. And that's what makes you buy her products. Not because of the product itself, it's because you want to support her. You want to support her family. So with your business, even though it is a brand that is external to you, it is still a direct reflection of you. When you tell your story, your testimony, even if you don't want to put your face out there, you can put your voice out there. People want to have some type of personal connection to you and what you have going on. Another thing is to always celebrate your small goals. If you're always sitting here like, oh my God, I haven't hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube yet, you're just going to be miserable and stuck. But if you're looking like, oh, I finally hit 100, oh, I finally hit 500, oh, I finally hit 1,000. Like, if you celebrate those small moments, you are constantly speaking life into what you have going on. You are constantly envisioning that beautiful future getting closer and closer and closer to your present. When you support yourself in everything, wow, I made 5 bracelets today, yay! I felt so tired and I still got up and I did something. Even little things like that, you should always applaud yourself for. Those are things you can share. You can make that an Instagram story. Hey guys, I made 20 bracelets today. Are you proud of me? What else do you want to see? Hey guys, I hit 25 subscribers on YouTube. Wow. You know, like, those are things that people care about, and those are things that you should care about. You should never sit here and be like, oh, well, I don't have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't make enough to quit my job yet. Like, I can't pay my bills. Like, girl, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Who cares? Like, nobody wants to hear that. Let's be real. Nobody cares. Like, you should sit here and speak life to yourself, because if you're always looking at what you think is wrong, that's all you will ever see is what you think is wrong. So sit here, speak life into yourself, breathe life into yourself, care about everything that you have going on. And I think that if you try to reorient your thoughts to looking at all the good, even the minute stuff that you may initially think doesn't matter, you will always see the success in everything you do. You do so much more than you realize. And when you don't give yourself that credit, when you don't take a step back and cheer yourself on like a proud parent, you are automatically pushing yourself in a bad direction. Always be your biggest supporter. That right there is the key to anything in life, not just your business. And then that leads me to my last point. Always speak life into everything you do. Everything that you desire in life, you are more than capable of achieving. Everything that you desire with your small business, you can have plus some. You have to not only believe in yourself, but you have to have full faith that things will work out way better than you could have ever imagined. The day that you start telling yourself this won't work, this won't happen, is the day that you will see that reality. But as soon as you sit here and you give yourself that pat on the back and you realize that life is working out way better than you could have ever imagined it, that's when you will start to see the results of everything that you are working towards, that you are gearing up for. In life, you have to keep going, and you have to always believe that everything you're doing is serving a purpose. And even if you don't see it right now, you can launch some products today. You may not get an order for a week, but do you have the faith and the patience in yourself to trust that in a week you will see some success, even if you don't really feel it today or tomorrow? That's what you have to always look at. Things will get better. If you want to have a successful business, you can have that. If you want to grow on social media, you can have that. If you want to network and have community with other people in your field, you can have that plus some. But you have to always orient your thoughts, orient your self-talk, orient the way you think in that direction, and know that if you desire something, that your hard work will pay off, your good character will push you in that direction, and that life will push you there slowly but surely, one by one. And with that being said, these are all the mindsets that I think will help not only me but you to grow your small business. And with that being said, I hope that things work out for you, your business, your side hustles, whatever you have going on, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for watching.